Hello,
مرحبا.
marhaba. So hello everyone. Today we have a grad student from Saudi Arabia to talk about KAIST with us. So please briefly introduce yourself.
Well, of course, my name is Hussein Al Ouhaid from Saudi Arabia. I have graduated from King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals. The university is located in the eastern province of Saudi Arabia, and it is the #1 university as per QS ranking in the Middle East as well as Africa.
Could you share a little about your academic path before coming to KAIST?
I have got my Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering from King Fahd University, and besides the bachelor degree, I have got also a concentration or a minor in renewable energy and storage, which is the field that I am working on right now. It was offered by the Chemical Engineering Department. Then I have graduated and entered or enrolled in a master's degree of reliability engineering and maintenance. That program was offered by a different department also, which is the industrial and systems engineering. And both of the degrees, the bachelor's and the master's, from King Fahd University. And after that, I have got opportunities to work in the job market, firstly as quality engineer in General Electric. Later on, I worked for Tenaris Saudi Steel Pipes for OCTG products, which is an abbreviation for oil country tubular goods products, essentially producing steel pipes through the electric resistance welding technology and threading for oil extraction and oil fields.
What made you choose KAIST, and what were the key differences between KAIST and all the other universities that you had in mind?
Well, I believe there are multiple dimensions into choosing KAIST. First of all, King Fahd University, the university I studied in, was having some kind of collaborations with KAIST so that they sent students for exchange for 1 semester. And by coincidence, one of my close friends studied here in KAIST at that period. So I knew a lot about the university from him. And also when I looked at the university, I have observed that it achieved very high ranking as per the QS ranking. And also I have visited Korea for tourism. And this was one of the reasons that I have noticed that the country is safe and the country is well maintained and beautiful. And also I am interested in being exposed to a new environment and a new culture. I think the Asian culture and specifically the Korean culture worth knowing more about it.
Next question. I think future applicants will be curious about what kind of scholarship or support they can get while going into KAIST. Can you tell a little about that?
For me as Saudi Arabian, we have a sponsorship from the Ministry of Education. And of course, KAIST was one of the recommended universities. If you have like admission from the university, you can apply to be sponsored by the Ministry of Education. So I worked into that, and once I have received the offer, I have gained the support from my home country, and this is a great opportunity to show the great gratitude that I have for my home country for sponsoring me.
Okay, so one quick question. How has this support helped you manage your living expenses?
The Ministry of Education of Saudi Arabia is really generous regarding that. They are covering the tuition of KAIST as well as giving a salary. Even the health insurance is there. And also if you have like family with you, they will also support them with you. So they are very generous in this regard.
Let's move on to the next part about campus life. How is your campus life and lab life at KAIST?
I think the campus life here is really fun, and the lab life also is very rich in scientific content. Something that I want to highlight is how my colleagues in the lab really helped me settling in Korea, and also in the lab they have helped me a lot during my first months in the lab, and also I enjoyed the Korean way and Korean culture in collaboration in the lab. As you know, the Korean members of the lab, they like to have the lunch and dinners together at specific times, and they always invited me, and they always included me in that activity, so we can have like cultural moments and we get to know each other in a better way, and also strengthening our relationships.
How much freedom do you have in shaping your research direction?
Well, I think I have been given the freedom for choosing the subject that I am studying, and I have tried to consolidate the practical experience that I have, and also the vast knowledge that I have, as well as the research directions of the lab that I am currently in. So my supervisor gave me the freedom so I can choose a subject that will be eventually beneficial for my home country. My home country, Saudi Arabia, would like to be a leading country for energy providing and energy exporter, and not only for the oil and gas, but also for clean energy such as the blue hydrogen as well as the green hydrogen. So I will be focusing onto that.
What has been the most rewarding part of your experience at KAIST?
I would say is the cultural meaning of it. When you being exposed to a new environment and a new culture and new friends, this is actually widening the perspectives. And also the Eastern culture and the Eastern way and the Korean way of handling the coursework and handling the research, and also when you see how hard working the colleagues in the lab and also how serious they are in their research, really motivates the student to be also affected by their hard work. And also the collaboration between the lab members, I think it adds a great value to how this can be facilitated and how it can get momentum to keep the research going, and eventually it will lead to impactful research, and that has value.
Do you think students can manage at KAIST without knowing Korean?
Absolutely. With the use of the auto-translation, also the use of the English interface of the applications. And I think also when you have like Korean friends in the lab, for example, they can facilitate a lot of the challenges that you might encounter. I believe that all of the experiences with the friends here are positive, and I can sense how the Korean society are really supportive, and they help you sometimes even without asking.
Okay, so then how do you balance your academic life and social life?
Well, I usually dedicate one day during the week, which is Saturday. I try to look for new places such as lakes or mountains that has nature and landscapes, and also some new restaurants. And the other remaining days, I try to be focused on my academic life.
Okay. Next question is something you may not be sure of it yet, but what is after KAIST? Like, what are your future plans?
Well, I will be considering research positions, either in the industry or as a faculty member in university, but more or less that will be centered at the research field.
And finally, looking back, what is one thing you wish you would have known before you came to KAIST or Korea?
Well, while arriving in Korea, I have taken the train from the airport, the KTX, and to reach to the train station, I had to take firstly a train from Incheon to Seoul, and that led to really a long time, and also handling the luggage and the suitcases with me, which were very heavy from station to station, was very exhausting. So I wish that I knew that I can take a bus directly from the airport to Daejeon. That will be really much more convenient. So I would recommend that you contact your professor or the lab team members so they can advise you regarding this.
Okay, so thank you so much for sharing your experience today, and I really enjoyed talking to you.
I appreciate the opportunity as well. Thank you very much.
So thank you for our YouTube viewers as well for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Ma salama.